Hello friends, welcome to today's class. In today's class, we'll be talking about block diagram reduction technique. What is a block diagram reduction technique, sir? Whenever you have a big system, you will have lot of sub blocks and they might be connected in different fashions. Something in positive feedback, something will be connected to a summer, something will be connected to a takeoff point. So there will be a lot of terms. Whenever you want to find the overall transfer function of that particular system, you will have to know how to solve that block diagram. You have to see what are the rules to reduce that particular block diagram. So that's what we are going to study in this particular lecture. That is block diagram reduction techniques. There are few terms you'll have to understand first. The first one is called gain block. The first one is gain block. The second one is summing point. The second one is summing point. And the third one is takeoff point. It is called as takeoff point or branch point. You can also call as branch point. So sir, let me take a small diagram and tell you what those are, and some basic thing also I'll tell you, which is very important. So make sure you listen to it carefully. This block which I am showing here is called gain block G of S. Right? And whatever I am telling here is also a gain block. This block's name is H of S. Right? Now, say this input to X is E of S. Say the input to this is E of X. If the input to this block is E of S, then the output will become what, sir? Simply, it will become E of S into G of S. I told you this, whenever your block diagrams are in your that is Laplace domain, you can just multiply the input. Then I will call it as R of S. The first thing is, this is called gain block. Whenever you have an input signal E, the output will be EG, right? E of S into G of S or EG. If you take a line here like this, that means if you branch out, right, this will be still R of S. Sorry, sir, this is C of S. Really sorry. This will be your C of S. Controlled output, C of S. So this branch is still C of S. So whenever you take a line out of it, it does not, you say that, sir, it is getting divided. No, whatever is here, so is here, so is here, so is here. When you take a branch, so is there, right? So whatever you get here, now you apply it to here. So what is going to here, sir? This is C of S is going, because this branch is C of S, entirely this is C of S. The value of C of S is equal to E of S into G of S, but what is going to the input of this? That is going as C of S. So what will you get output here as? The output here will be C of S into H of S, isn't it? Whatever is the input to the block, just multiply it and get it outside, right? And assume this is another input coming from here, say R of S, and you want to add two fellows, then you will need something called summing point. This is how the summing point is shown, right? So the summing point will have symbols also. This is plus symbol, this is minus symbol. So this will be coming out here like this, right? So this is the input port of summing point. This is the input port of summing point. There can be another input port to the summing point here. This is the output port of summing point, right? So the first one you have to understand is the gain block. What is this gain block, sir? This one is forward gain block. This is what, sir? This is forward gain block. Because this is in this particular flow of direction, because this is output, right? This is also gain block, but this is feedback. This is feedback gain block. So what is the first point which you have to remember? Whatever is the input of gain block, that multiply input gain, you input the multiply, you multiply the input to the gain block and you get the output of the gain block, right? This is called takeoff point. This is what called, sir? This is called your takeoff point. This is called takeoff point. What is the meaning of takeoff point? That you are taking something from here. But even if you take the output here, this will not change. This will just become a copy of it, right? So till here also it is C of S. And this is called your summing point or error detector. In this case, it's called summing point. Here it is called summing point or wherever you see a diagram like this, it's summing point. In this specific case, it is called as error detector. Right? So what does error detector give, sir, or summing point gives? It basically does nothing, sir. It basically whatever inputs to it are there. So this is plus Rs, this is minus C of S into H of S. So what will your E of S be? The output I am calling it as E of S. So your output E of S will be simply R of S minus, because plus into R of S there, and minus C of S into H of S. So it will simply add or subtract based on the signs, right? So these are the basic building blocks which are needed for understanding the rules, right? Very important thing to remember is when you take off, this is C of S, this will also become C of S, nothing will change. And summing point is, if this is coming plus, this is coming minus, this will become this minus this. And gain, if the input is E and the gain is G, the output is EG, right? These points you remember, right? Next. Let me go to the next slide. In next slide, I will start talking about rules for building or reduction rules. I will call them as reduction rules, reduction technique or reduction rules for BLD. This is a very important lecture, sir, because this topic definitely a question is going to come. And I'll be telling you some 6-7 rules. Make sure you remember all those rules. They are very easy, sir. Only 1 or 2 rules you have to pay more attention. Remaining all are basic rules only, right? So the first rule is called cascading. First is called, sir, cascading of blocks. Cascading of blocks. So see, sir, what we'll be doing cascading of blocks. Say this is block 1. This is G1. I won't be writing S. Please understand, if I write G1, it is G1 of S. And say this is block 2. This block gain is G2. Say this input is X and the output is X1. And the input here is X2 and the output is Y. Right? Now, you know how to solve these kind of things. Very simple this, sir. So, what can you do it as? You can do it individually like this. You can do it individually. Sir, this is X1 by, because X1 is the output and X is the input, is equal to G1. Isn't it? Sir, here Y is the output. Your X2 is the input. So, this will become G2. Right? Now, what is the meaning of cascading means? The output of the first fellow is getting connected to the input of the second fellow. The output of the first fellow is getting connected to the input of the second fellow. That is the meaning of cascading, sir. What is the meaning of cascading? X1, the output of the first fellow is getting connected to the input of second fellow. Right? Now I am asking you the overall gain. After cascading, what am I asking you, sir? The overall gain I am asking you. What is the overall gain? That is Y divided by X. So simply what will you do, sir? Find X1 from here. What is X1, sir? That is XG1, right? And find Y from here. What is Y? That is X2, G2. But I know that X1 is equal to X2. X1 is equal to X2. So substitute here, sir. So this will become X1 into G2. But what is X1, sir? X1 is XG1 into G2. So this will become Y by X is equal to what? G1 into G2. Right? It's the very first time I am doing all these things. It will be easy for you to remember. Simply multiply, sir. What you have to do, whenever it is cascaded, the equivalent block diagram is like this. What is the equivalent block diagram, sir? You simply multiply G1 and G2. What do you do, sir? You simply multiply G1 and G2. This is your X, this is your Y. Right? So cascading means multiply, sir. If you want an example, I can give you an example like this. There should be no takeoff point, nothing like that should be said. If takeoff point is there, you cannot do that. Right? Say I am giving you an example that the gain of this is 2, the gain of this block is 5, and the input is say X, the output is Y. I am asking you, find Y by X. There will be arrows like this. Arrows are also important. This is input, this is output. That's the meaning of this arrow. The meaning of this arrow is input, this is output. Right? Y by x is what, sir? Simply you do 2 into 5. That will become 10. A very simple first rule. What is first rule, sir? Multiplication. What is the second rule? Let us see second rule now. The second rule is addition of parallel blocks. Second one is parallel blocks addition. Or you can call it as summation also. Right? Now, whenever you have parallel blocks, these are how they will be. Say this is a block G1, this is a block G2, and say this is, let me take only 2 blocks here. Let this input be X, let this output be Y1, right? I am taking this branch, sir. What I am doing, I am taking off from here and I am giving it to this. So if it is X here, what will be X? What will be here, sir? X. It will not get changed. It will also be X here and it will also be X here. That's the point I told you about, take off point. Now I am asking you that I am putting a summer here, right? What is Y1 I am asking you, what is Y2 I am asking you, and what is the output of the summer I am asking you, sir, right? And this summer is having like this, there is minus here, there is plus here. Now first I am asking you Y1, next I am asking you Y2, then I am asking you overall Y by X. Then I am asking you overall Y by X. So see, sir, what will happen? Here this is X, so here also X gone, here also X gone. So what will you get? Xg1, isn't it, sir? Very simple, I told you. Whenever is a gain block is coming, you just simply multiply it. So Xg1, and here what will you get, sir? You will get Xg2, isn't it? So what has your Y2 become equal to? Y2 become equal to Xg1. What did your Y1 become equal to? It become Xg2. Then whatever is here, this you are just taking, sir. This you are taking forward. And this is getting multiplied with minus 1. This is getting multiplied with plus 1. So what will be your Y? Your Y will be simply Y1 minus Y2. Sir, why did you do minus Y2? Because there is a minus sign here. Right? So Y1 minus Y2 means Xg2 minus Xg1. That is simply, if you want Y by X overall gain, G2 minus G1, right? So every time we won't do this. Every time we will not do this. How, sir? See, sir, how will we do? We will do it like this. They are parallel blocks. Parallel blocks will look like this. This is parallel, this is parallel, this is parallel. That means for everybody, input will be going like this. Say this is X, this will be also X, X, X. Then this will be summer like this. So this summer is here, this summer is here, this summer is here, right? Say this is with, so it will look like this. This is say minus, this is say plus, say this is minus. Say this is G1, this is G2, this is G3, right? Now this is the output Y, this is the input X. So whenever you want parallel blocks, what do you do, sir? Simply, see, sir, this G1 is with plus, so you will get G1, and this G2 is with minus, so minus G2, and you will get G3 with minus, so minus G3 into X, that is Y, or if you want Y by X, that will be simply G1 minus G2 minus G3, right? If I change this plus or minus, those plus or minuses will change, right? So this is basically the summing points, right? Or addition of parallel blocks, right? Addition means you parallel blocks, they'll get added or subtracted based on the sign they are on, right? So very good point, sir. Now let me ask you one basic question now, since you have 2 basic rules in your hand. If I ask you a question like this, example question, I am asking you a question like this. Say this is 2, say this is 5, say this is 3, say this is like this is summing point, say this is the input X, This is the output y. And whenever you have specified a summing point, you'll have to tell whether it is plus or minus, right? So this I'm telling it as plus, this also I'm telling it as plus. Now I'm asking you what is your overall gain y by x, right? So see sir, how to find the overall gain y by x here? If you see the input to this are same, the input to this and this is same sir. What is the input? 2x, isn't it sir? It is 2x. I want to find y now. This is 2x, this is also 2x sir, right? So what will you get here? This is 3 2s are 6x. This also you will get as how much sir? This is 10x, right? And you will get totally y is equal to 16x, isn't it sir? 16x. So what is the y by x? Answer is 16, right? Now sir, this is a very small problem, that's why you just multiplied it like this. What if we don't know how to do it, right? You simply add sir. These are parallel blocks. These are parallel blocks. So when you write parallel blocks, how do you write the parallel blocks sir? You just add them. 3 plus 5, right? Now 3 plus 5 is 8. They are in cascading, so you multiply 2 into 8. So what is the answer sir? Still you are getting the same answer, 16, right? You need not go everything like this. You can simply do this. So you have learned two rules. The first rule is basically your cascading of blocks. Second rule is basically parallel blocks. Now let me go to the third rule. Look at the third rules. Rule 3. Rule 3 is loop. Solving loop. Rule 3 is about loop sir. Feedback loop. So see what will be the feedback loop. The feedback loop will be like this. I will derive the basic formula which I've used in the last few classes. Let this be g of s. Simply write it as g. Let this be minus h of s. Let this be write it as h. Let the input be r of s. Let the output be c of s. So see sir, what we'll do now? What we will do is basically, this is what sir? This is c. That means this is also c, this is also c, right? And what will you get here? You will get it as ch. And what will you get it as? R minus ch. So see sir, what can I write? I can write R minus ch into g is equal to c, isn't it? Very simple sir. Or you can call this as error E is equal to also, and you can write. So you can do it in any way, any ways possible. So see sir, I finally want C by R. I want C by R is equal to question mark, question mark. So see how will I do it? I simply followed the loop. How did I follow the loop? This is plus here, this is minus here. So R minus CH. Why CH? This is specified as C. So this is also C, this is also C, here this is also C. So C into H, CH. So R minus CH is coming here. Is R minus CH is multiplied with G is equal to C. So R minus CH multiplied with G is equal to C. So it will become what sir? It will become RG minus CGH is equal to C. So this will become RG is equal to C into 1 plus GH. So this will become what sir? You want C by R. So C by R, you divided this fellow. That will become, just a second sir, this is R CH, RG, yeah. So this will become, this is C, this R will come here. So this will become G by 1 plus GH, right? This is what we have used sir. Whenever you have negative feedback, forward path by 1 plus GH, G by GH, G of S by 1 plus G of S, H of S. If there was been a negative feedback we have seen, if you had positive feedback, see sir, how will it change? For positive feedback, you simply, you get a plus here, you get R of S here, you call it as E of S, and this is your G of S. This is your C of S, this is your H. So let me do it in a little bit different way. See sir, from here first what can I find? E is equal to, if this is C, this is also C, this is also C, this is also C. So E is equal to R plus CH here. It is R plus CH. Very good sir. And I can write E into G is equal to C. E into G is equal to C, isn't it? Because this is multiplied with G and you get C, so E is equal to C. So see sir, what can I write from here? What is E? R plus GH, R plus CH. What is E sir? R plus CH into G is there outside. It is equal to C. So you can write it as R into G plus GH into C is equal to C. So R into G is equal to C into 1 minus GH. So that C by R will become G by 1 minus GH. This will be used a lot of times, sir. So remember it. Whatever is there in the G forward path and whatever is there in the feedback path and whatever is the input here and output. So this output by this input is equal to G by 1 plus GH. If there is a minus here. If there is a plus here, this output of this block by this input of this block is G by 1 minus 1 plus GH. If you have plus here, you will get a minus here. If you have a minus here, you will get a plus here. Right? So this is your looping. This is how you solve loop. Solving a loop you can call. Solving loop. If you want, I can ask you a question on this. See sir, if I ask you a basic question, I can use a question using gains also. That's why I'm using gains. Right. Let me ask the question here. I'm asking like this, sir. There is 2 here. There is 3 here. This is negative feedback and this is minus 1. So this is output Y, this is input X. Right now I am asking you simply what is Y by X is equal to. Right? This is a negative feedback, sir. This is the input, this is output. Right? If you have minus here but you don't care whatever is H, you use it as H. So if you try to solve this block, what will you get the solution of this block as? That is G by 1 plus GH, isn't it? So how much is that, sir? That is 3 by minus 2 into, this is cascaded again, so into 2. So what is the final answer, sir? The final answer is minus, right? So this is how you apply the looping, sir. So G is whatever here, H is whatever is here, right? If I have written this minus into minus as plus, you still would have got us 3 by 1 minus 3 because positive feedback G by 1 minus GH, right? Very good, sir. So this is the third rule. Now let me go to the fourth rule. Rule 4. The name of the rule 4 is interchanging summing point. Interchanging summing point. We will do questions on this, so you will understand this in their big questions, but try to understand the rules first. Understand the rules, then you can apply it later. So see sir, this is a summing block like this. Say this input is x1, say this input is x2, say this input is x3 and say this output is y, right? Say this is plus here, this is minus here, this is plus here. Now whatever modifications you do, sir, whatever modifications you do, the output should not know it. That means whatever you do inside this, the output should remain same and the input should also remain same. Nothing should change. You can do anything. You can play around as you like in that particular block, right? So see sir, actually what will you get here? You will get it as x1 minus x2, and this x1 minus x2 is clubbed with x3. So what we'll get answer as x1 minus x2 plus x3. So whatever interchanging you do, the output still remains same. If it is remaining same, whatever you have done is right. That's the only way to check this. So see sir, how will I write this? I will say this particular thing is equivalent to this. Yes, sir, what did I do? I have just changed them, sir, with sign. Even with sign, I have just interchanged. But by interchanging, let us see, will something happen to the output? What is the output which you get here, sir? The output which you get here is x1 plus x3, isn't it? What is the output which you get here? The output which you get, because getting here is same as getting here, that is x1 plus x3 minus x2. So did anything change? No sir, nothing has changed. So you can interchange the summing points like this. Sir, why are we teaching this? The other application of this is like this. In some questions you will get a block like this, sir. You will get it like this. Say this is x1, this is a minus x2, say this is plus x3. This is also plus. And say this is the output y. You can write this as, you can also write this as like this. If you want, you can also write it as like this. This will be your input x1. This will be your input minus x2 because the summing point is minus. This will be x3 plus sign, right? This will be your y. Your output y will not change because x1 minus x2 plus x3, x1 minus x2 plus x3. Or you can also write this block as like this. You can also write this particular block like this. You will understand the significance of this when we are doing problems, because in problems this will make it easy. See sir, how will it make it easy? In the problem you will understand. This will be x3, this will be x1, this will be minus x2, this will be y. See sir, nothing will change here. The output is still plus x1 plus x3 minus x2 plus x1 plus x2 plus x1 plus x3 minus x2 plus x1 minus x2 plus x3, right? So you can write, you can interchange the blocks however you want. Mostly we will use either this or this. These both are same only, right? So this is the fourth rule. Next come the most important rule, fifth and sixth. Remember sir, 1, 2, 3 are very basic and easy. Fourth is sometimes tricky, it can be useful, but it is only related to summing points. So you can understand that. But the fifth and sixth are very crucial points. Seventh point is there, but we generally don't use seventh point. Eighth point is also very basic point, right? So halfway we have come, halfway is very basic things. Now the fifth point is important point, sir, most important point. Sixth point is interchanging summing block, sorry, interchanging takeoff point, or you can also call it as branch point. Interchanging branch point with gain block. With what, sir? With gain block. So see sir, how will we do this? Let us first understand what is what. Say you have this gain block, sir. This is your gain block G. Say this is the output input X, the output is Y. What is the output, sir? XG. If you take the output from here also, what will be this output? XG only. So this is the takeoff branch, isn't it? This is the takeoff point or branch, right? Now you want to play around like this, sir. This is the black box. This is the black box which you are having. Now you want to play around inside this black box, or let me rub this. This is a black box we are having, sir. In this particular black box, you can do whatever you want, but the output and input should not change. But what should not change? The output and input should not change, sir. Right? So let us see how will we do it, sir. Right? Now, if you want to understand how will I do it, I will tell you only simple two rules, sir. You can remember these words also. But let us try to understand what will happen here first. If I just shift this fellow to here, say I want to shift the summing point to here, right? Even if you put the summing point here, the output still remain xg. The output should not change, sir. Somehow here g is there, here x is there. So here you will get y is equal to xg, right? But if you directly move this here to here, you will get only x, but you want xg. So what do you do, sir? Logically, you will put a block here, right? So this is how you do, sir. When you move this branch from here to here, whatever is there here, that will just get multiplied here, right? No, sir, you tell about this in another example or show us another example. See, sir, another example is like this. Say you have G1 here. Say you have G2 here. Say you have H1 here, right? Say this is the output Y. This is entirely other output. So this is output Y1, this is output Y2, because this is coming from another block. This is the input X, right? So see, sir, if I want to move this branch point to here, if I want to move this branch point to here, it will be like this. It will happen. This will become G1. It will come here. This will be G2. And this will become G2 into H1. And this will still be Y1. This will be Y2. Sir, how, sir? Let us prove it. It is not changed from before to here. Say what will be the input here? That will be xg1. What will you get output here as? xg1 g2. So what is your output y1? xg1 g2. Similarly, if you have xg1 g2 here, what will you get here, sir? Here also you will get xg1 g2. So what will you get y2 as? xg1 g2 h2 or h1, right? So see, sir, now if you want to see in this also, this is x. So what will you get here? You will get it as xg1. So what will you have input here? xg1. What will you have input here also, sir? xg1 only, because the branch point. So what is the output here? xg1 g2. So sir, did this output change? No, it did not change. Let us check this output, sir. This is xg1 g2 h1. Did it change? No, it did not change, right? So this is how you move, sir. Whenever you move branch from here, not sir, branch point or takeoff point from here to here, whichever block you are moving it to the left, that will just get multiplied here, right? Or I can tell you another variant of it. Then I can give you the keywords. See, sir. See, I have, say it like this. This is my G1 block. Say this is my G2 block. This is another question. This is example. Say 1 or concept only, sir. But say take it as another points. They have no connection. This is first one. This is second one. Right? In this you have H2 here, sir. Right? And this is your output Y1. This is your output Y2. Right? Now what is your intention? Your intention is move this point from here to here, right? Your intention is move from here to here, right? So see, sir, if you want to move from there to there, how will the blocks changes? This block will remain as it is G1. This block will also remain as it is G2. But what block will change, sir? Whatever is connected to the takeoff point or branch point, that will change. This will come here and it will become, see what? It will become H2 divided by G2. If you want, you can check the output, sir. If you want, you can check the outputs. Let us check the output, sir. If you want to check the output, see sir, let the input be x here. So what will you get here? xg1. What will you get here? xg1. What will you get here? xg1, g2. What will you get here? xg1, h2. Right? So your output y1 is xg1, g2. Output y2 is xg1, h2. Here also you have to get the same thing, sir. See whether you will get it or not. Let this is x1. So what you will get here? That will be xg1. What will you get here, sir? xg1, g2. So what is your output y? Whatever is here, so will be here. That is x, g1, g2. And whatever is here, so will be here, because it's a branch point taken like this. This is a branch point, sir. So this will be x, g1, g2 multiplied with h2 by g2. So this will become what? This will become x, g1 into h2, because this g2 multiplication, this g2 division gets cancelled. So see sir, is there any change happening from here to here? No sir, no change is happening, right? Now let me give you the keywords, sir. Let me give you the keywords, very important keywords I would say, right? You always talk with respect to this block. You always talk with respect to this block. So this is before block. This point is before block. This point is after block. Isn't it, sir? This is nothing. This is not a rule. The rule I've already told you, but I'm telling you the shortcut to remember the rule, right? If you are moving after to before, that means before to after. Say you are moving from before to after. If you are going from before to after, that is BA, you put D, division, right? And if you are going from after to, so you are coming from after to before, you put multiplication. So these are the two keywords. In this also, remembering bad is easy. Remembering bad is easy, sir. How? You remember before and after, right? BA, after that you add D. Bad. So see sir, how will I do it? See, I am going with respect to one block, we have to see sir, this block, right? So this is before, this is after. This is before point, this is after point. If you are going from before to after, what will happen? Whichever block you are going, whichever block you are going, that will come in division here. See sir, that is coming in division h2 by g2. Or if you are going from after to before, this is after the block, this is before the block. If you are going from after to before, see sir, this block, whichever block you are going from after to before, that will get multiplied, see sir, g2 into h, right? So remember this keyword, sir. What are the keywords? Bad. Bad is one keyword which says, bad means what, sir? Bad means before to after. Before to after multiply, before to after divide, division. Who has to be divided? Whichever block you are moving, that block has to be divided, right? Now what is the meaning of ABM? ABM is if you are coming from after to before of a block, whatever block is there, after the block to before the block you are coming, right? So whichever block is there, that particular blocks get multiplied in the your takeoff branch, that will get multiplied, right? Now using the same bad word or ABM, let me do some examples, sir. Let me give you some small basic questions only. Say this is G1, this is G2, this is like this. Say this is Y, this is Y1, this is Y2, sir, right? Now this, this is like this. So if you want to move this point from here to here, right? See sir, how will that be equivalent to? That will be equivalent to, this is G1, sir, and this will become G2. Why am I moving this, sir? Because presence of this is not making me them to cascade. So if I move that, I can cascade them, right? So it is come here like this, right? But will it come directly? No, sir. It is coming before to after. So division will come. So if you are doing before to after, what will come, sir? Division. So sir, how the division will come? The division will come like this. Because nothing is there means 1 is there. And whichever block you are moving, 1 by G2 will come. Now you need not check it every time, sir. You need not check it every time. It will work. This will work definitely. Right? So see, sir, if you are going from before to after, divide that block. Right? After to before, multiply. Right? That means you can also write this as like this. This will be G1. This will be G2. And you are moving from here to here. That means there is nothing here, the 1 is there, so you multiply that with G1. Why did I multiply with G1? Because with respect to block G1, I moved it like left side, sir. That is, I moved it from after to before. That's why multiplication. So this is my output Y1, this is my output Y2, this is my input X. See, sir, nothing will change. If I call this as X, this as Y1, this as Y2. So this will be XG1. This is XG1, G2. See, sir, you will get this as XG1, G2, and this should be simply XG1. See, sir, this is XG1, G2, G2, XG1, right? Similarly, this is X, this is XG1, 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 G2. Same outputs you will get, sir, right? So this was my 6th block, which was very important one. Now let me go to the 7th block or 7th rule, rule number 7. Let me talk about rule number 7. What did we do in rule number 6? In rule number 6, we have interchanged a takeoff point or branch point with gain block. Now let us do interchange of summing point. This is rule 7, no? How this is rule 7, sir? This should be 5, sir. This should be rule 5. This is rule 5. This is your rule 6. Right? So see, sir, rule 6. Rule 6 is interchanging. Rule 6 is interchanging summing point. Interchanging summing point with gain block. So whenever you have summing point and gain block, you have to interchange them. So see, sir, how do we change? Right? Assume that there is a summing point like this. Right? This is a summing point like this, say plus here, say plus here, and this is the point, this is the block G. Right? So there is also a shortcut for this, but there is no word shortcut for this, but we have shortcuts, so don't worry. Now see, sir, if this is x1, this is x2, what is your output y, sir? Your y is basically x1 plus x2 into g, isn't it? x1g plus x2g. See, sir, if we want to shift this before, if we want to shift this here, before the summing point, if we want to shift, when you push this to right here, when you push this here, 2 blocks will be generated, right? So this equivalent of this is what, sir? Equivalent of this is like this: G summing point, G summing point. This will be your x1, this will be your x2, this will be your y, right? That means it is like this. When you push this block like this, this will go here, it will go here also, it will go here also. That's why you get G here, G here, right? If you want to see the reverse of this, if you want to see the reverse of this, sorry, if you want to see the reverse of this, say there is this gain here, but assume there is no gain here. Say this is plus, say this is plus, say this is x1, this is x2, and this is y, right? Now if you want to shift this here, it would have been nice if here also G, here also G was there, I'll push these two G's and you'll get 1G here, right? See sir, what did you do? You had 1G, you pushed it here. So it becomes GG here. So GG you got, right? Now if you push this 2G's here, you'll get 1G here, right? Similarly, if you want to push this 1G here, it would have been nice if there were 2G's like this. Create sir. If they are not there, you just create it. I can modify it like this. I can write G. I can write 1 by G, isn't it? It won't change anything. This is just for analysis I am telling you, sir. It will be easy for you to remember. That's why I am telling. And move the x1 here and move the input x2 here, right? Now you can push these two G's here and the equivalent will look like this, sir. The equivalent will look like this. This will be 1 by G. This will be simply plus here. Signs will not change. This is x1 here. This is x2 here and you will get a single G here. You will get a Y here, right? Sixth rule is also a very simple rule, sir. What is the sixth rule? If you have one gain, you push it here. Then two pairs will form, right? How many are there? How many summing points are there? For everything it will go, right? If I want to give an example like this. Say this is plus, minus, minus. It doesn't matter. Say this G is here. The equivalent of this will be like this. This will become G plus summing point. This will become G minus. This will have minus G. And this will become nothing, sir. Now this will become nothing. That's it. When you push this fellow, how many ever summing point branches are there, everyone will get G. Similarly, if you do ulta, when they are here, if you want to push, if there is G here, there is G here, then only you will get G here. That means you create 1 by G and write it like this, right? So this is the sixth rule, which is important. Fifth rule is also very, 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 very important, sir. Right? Now let me talk about the seventh rule. Rule number 7. If I want to talk about rule number 7, see sir, how is rule number 7th point? This is interchanging summing point and takeoff point. Now, unless until very much required, only then use this rule, sir, right? Because with 6th and 7th, the work will get over and it is easy also. But with the 7th rule, you apply only this 7th rule whenever it is needed, whenever it is like urgent, right? Without that, there is no way you are doing it. But that kind of case will never come because we always have SFG, right? So see sir, assume there is summing point like this. So this is x1, this is x2, this is the takeoff point, this is the outputs, right? Now if you want to shift this side, see sir, what will happen? It will become like this, sir. This is y1, this is y2. So see sir, what will this become? This will become equivalent like this, sir. If you have this summing point like this, let me draw it again neatly. Say you have this summing point like this. So this is x1 here and this is plus or minus x2 and this is the output y and this is the takeoff point. If you shift this will be equivalent to what? This will be equivalent to this. This will be equivalent to this will be your x1, here both plus or minus x2, here also plus or minus x2, and here y1, y2, isn't it? This is y1, this is y2, right? Or you can call both of them as y only, because let me call both of them as y. The output wise will not change, right? Next, if I want to show you another case, it like this, sir. So your summing point is here. So this is the input x1 here, and this is the takeoff point from here to here, and this is plus or minus x2, right? So this is your output y. See, sir, what will this be equivalent to? This will be equivalent to this one. Plus or minus x2, this is x1, this is basically y, this is be minus or plus x2, and this will be x1 now, right? See, sir, what is the meaning of this? Let us try to analyze them. We will understand when we analyze them, sir. See, if you have x1 here and you have x1 plus x2, what do you get here? You get x1 plus or minus x2. So that is my output y. Here also you will get the same thing, sir. See, and if this is x1 plus or minus x2, this is also x1 plus or minus x2. So both the output should have same x1 plus or minus x2. So see, sir, you will get it. Here this is x1 and this is plus or minus x2. So this y will be equal to x1 plus or minus x2. Similarly, this is x1 coming here plus or minus x2. So this will also be x1 plus or minus x2. Right? So see, sir, outputs are matching. So whatever you have done is perfectly right. Here this is x1. So here also you will get x1. And here this should be x1 plus or minus x2. So see, sir, what will happen? This is x1 plus or minus x2. So the output here will be what? X1 plus or minus x2. What is y? X1 plus or minus x2, right? But here you should have get only x1, because this is the black box which we always talk about, right? Whatever you do inside this, the output should not change. So when you moved it here, you got x1 plus or minus x2, you write minus or plus x2, you will simply get x1 alone, right? So this is your particular 7th rule, very important rule. But we generally don't use this much, because you see, if you go from here to here or here to here, the number of summing points are increasing. But you can go from here to here. But generally those kind of questions he will not give, which are like directly like this, right? Next, the last rule is what's the 7th one? The 8th one, 7th one is over. The 8th one, simultaneous inputs. Simultaneous. These are simultaneous inputs. If I want to talk about simultaneous inputs, they will be like this. So you have this as x1 as one input, right? Say you have G1 block here, right? Say you have x2 as another input, right? And say you have G2 block here. And say this is your output y, and say this is H block here, and it is negatively connected here, negative feedback, right? Yeah, like this. Right, now let us see. Here x1 and x2 both are inputs, sir. x1, x2 are two different inputs. Now in transfer function, generally what do we do, sir? In transfer function, we'll have only output by input, right? So at a time you can take only one input and corresponding output you can get. And we know that we write transfer function to only LTI system, that is linear system. So what you do is consider one input first, then other input, and find the outputs correspondingly, then add the outputs, right? So you can do it like this. You will get y by x1 keeping x2 is equal to 0, and you will get some function here, right? So you got some function as m1s, right? Or say m1, because I'm not writing s anywhere. So that let's say that you got m1 and you got y by x2. Say that when x1 is equal to 0, say this is equal to m2 you got, right? Then output y due to both inputs simultaneously. Both inputs simultaneously. Then what will be y, sir? Y will be m1 x1 plus m2 x2. This is what, sir? Superposition. With respect to this input only, this is the output. With respect to this input only, this is the output. But since it's the linear system, if both inputs are put together, both the outputs will come like this. Then you could say, sir, why not you directly take it like this? No, sir, you cannot find the transfer function like this. Transfer function has to be found only between output and input, right? So let us do this, sir. If I want to do this for this, when x1 is 0 or when x2 is equal to 0, block diagram will modify as below. Block diagram will modify as below. See, sir, how will it modify? This is like this is plus here, say this is minus, say this is plus, and everyone is as it is, right? Now x2 is 0 means what will happen, sir? X1 will still remain. This will be like this is x1 only, and this is negative feedback. This is h is there. This g1 is there. This summer will go away, sir. Why will this summer go away? Because this is whatever is coming here, to that x2 is adding. But x2 is 0, nothing is there to add. So this directly becomes like this. This becomes directly g2. And this will be your y. So from here simply you can find y by x1 is equal to what, sir? You will simply find y by x1 is equal to, see, sir, forward path is how much, sir, now? If you want to solve the forward path cascading, that is g1, g2. So what will be the loop now? The loop formation, because this is negative loop forming here, that will be g1, g2 divided by negative feedback is there. Negative feedback is there. So it will become 1 plus g1, g2 into h. 1 plus g1, g2 into h. So this is y due to input x1 when x2 is 0. Similarly, if I want to find, see, sir, if I want to find like this, when x1 is equal to 0, the block diagram will modify as, see, sir, how the block diagram will modify? The block diagram will modify as below. When x1 is equal to 0, the block diagram will modify as like this. This will become 0. So this is 0. 0 getting added to nothing. So this will become g1. But this will be, input will be there, sir. Now this is there. This is x2 is there input now. And this will be your g2. And the output will be y. This is h now. This is still negative feedback. This is how the diagram will change. Now this summing point will have no effect. So if you can want to draw, you can draw it like this also, sir. You can draw it like this. This is plus x2 because this is plus. See, sir, it is plus I've given. So it is plus x2. I'm just writing here. So this will go into feedback. So this will become, this is also plus here. This is also plus here, sir. If nothing is here, then assume it is plus. So it will become plus here. And they will become cascaded now. They will become cascaded. It will become minus g1 into h. So where did this minus come from? This particular minus will get multiplied with h. So minus g1 h. Right? So this will become g2 now. And this will be your output. So see, sir, what will be your y by x2? Y by x2 when x1 is equal to 0. That will become g2 divided by 1 plus G2 into G1H, right? So what will be the overall output, sir? Output due to both the inputs. Output due to both simultaneous inputs. Both simultaneous inputs will become what? It will become y is equal to x1 into y is equal to x1 into g1 g2 by 1 plus g1 g2h. x1 into g1 g2 divided by 1 plus g1 g2h. Similarly, y is equal to x2 into g2 by 1 plus g1 g2h. x2 into g2 by 1 plus g1 g2h, right? If you want to write it in terms of formula, y is equal to overall output. You want to write in terms of formula, overall output will be equal to what, sir? x1 into y by x1 when x2 is equal to 0 plus x2 into y by x2 when x1 is equal to 0. For any other function also, you can find it like this, right? So these are 8 rules, sir. Of these 8 rules, you please remember this 5th rule and 6th rule very carefully. This is most of the time used, this and this particular rule, right? Remaining rules are very basics. The last rule is also kind of important, right? So let me stop this lecture here. In this next class when we come, let us do problem solving this particular block diagram reduction techniques. Thank you, sir. So that was the lecture, sir. I hope you enjoyed the lecture and gained some knowledge. For more content like this, please subscribe to our channel Octomy and also like and share it with your friends. And if you have any valuable feedback or doubts, you can always write down in the comments. And to watch my entire playlist and the full course, please enroll with us. Thank you, sir.